say it's likely to stall over the Bahamas for up to 24 hours before moving closer to Florida's east coast by Tuesday night. Police in West Texas are investigating the nation's third major mass shooting in less than a month. Mitch Borden of Marfa Public Radio's reports drivers and pedestrians were terrorized by gunmen driving through Odessa yesterday afternoon.
At least 5 are dead and 21 have been injured after a lone gunman drove through Odessa shooting seemingly at random. The mass shooting began after a failed traffic stop for a white male in his 30s opened fire with a rifle on 2 officers, one of whom was left injured. The shooter was killed at a local movie theater after an exchange of gunfire with police.
Odessa police are scheduled to hold a news conference in about an hour. In the meantime, police are searching for a motive. The U.S. and China are levying new tariffs on each other's goods today. It's the latest escalation in a continuing trade dispute, and NPR's Emily Fang reports it comes amid tensions on other fronts as well.
China has begun taxing about $75 billion in U.S. goods Sunday, while the U.S. has begun taxing $112 billion in Chinese goods. The U.S. announced new tariffs in August after it accused China of breaking an agreement to buy more American agricultural products. China says it was exploring purchases, but the goods were more expensive than market rates. Negotiators from both countries are planning to meet in September, but a date has not been confirmed. The two countries also exchanged verbal words in August as the U.S. steps up naval patrols in the contested waters of the South China Sea. China has accused the U.S. as well of helping incite protests in Hong Kong, which are now in their 13th straight week. Emily Fang, NPR News, Hong Kong.
The Taliban has launched another attack in northern Afghanistan. Jennifer Black reports it comes the U.S. and Taliban negotiators say they've concluded talks.
Zalmay Khalilzad says the U.S. and the Taliban are, quote, at the threshold of an agreement that will reduce violence and open the door for Afghans to sit together to negotiate.
Philadelphia Fringe Festival will feature self-produced plays, poetry readings, dance performances, and more. Nick Pia is president of Fringe Arts. He says the 23-year tradition is Pennsylvania Game Commission has teamed up with Penn veterinary schools to try and address a disease that's slowly killing deer, elk, and moose. WHLY's Katie Meyer reports chronic wasting disease has been known since the 60s and now appears to be spreading more quickly.
In 2012, the Game Commission started carving out disease management areas where cases of CWD were found. They now cover thousands and thousands of miles in the Commonwealth. There aren't any confirmed cases of the disease affecting people, but experts advise hunters and others not to eat meat that could be infected or handle it with bare hands. To help address the apparent
most cherished media tropes. And we'll start with the story of Good Samaritans and gratitude.
Some people drive, some people ride bicycles. I happen to walk
12 miles from his home in Plano to his job in McKinney.
seemed like I walk a mile and God would clear me the rest of the way.
News of a friendly encounter with a McKinney officer offering a ride spread quickly.
And he's just inspired us all. He's helped us see our better human self.
Jim Smith helped put it all together. Pat Loeb of Toyota McKinney.
Now you have the opportunity to give God a ride. Yeah. And I won't be riding alone either.
These stories roll out of local news outlets like Camry's off the Kentucky assembly line. He didn't set out to be a role model on Saturday. Kevin Finley just set out on the 18-mile trek to work.
One of their fellow co-workers had been walking over 2 hours to work every day.
He walks 6 miles in the Texas heat to get back and forth to work.
28-year-old Sonic employee walks miles until he sees those iconic red letters.
Lazy summer days. John Joyce isn't.
Usually our hero gets a new car, every once in a while a bike. Sometimes what begins as a stop by police on the side of the road ends with a viral Facebook post or GoFundMe page. Usually the one who's walking is a young black man. And occasionally the story will earn national attention, as was the case this past summer with the aptly named Walter Carr of Birmingham, Alabama.
News outlets are recognizing the 20-year-old after he walked from Homewood to Pelham for work after his car broke down.
20 miles to get there, starting at midnight. 2 days later, his boss walked Walter over to a group of cars.
This is my car. I'd like it to be your car.
I mean, it's very admirable, his work ethic and his determination to get to work. That's without question.
Angie Schmidt is a national reporter for Streets Blog, and she's written that these tales may be heartwarming, but they are also, quote, terrible, because they miss key issues of transit planning and racial justice.
Now, this kid went to extreme lengths, and a lot of bad things could have happened to him on the way. A lot of streets on the outskirts of Birmingham probably aren't very safe for walking, especially at night, probably aren't very well lit, probably don't have sidewalks. He could have easily been killed. There's also the opportunity for racial profiling by police.
I mean, we know that Walter Carr was stopped by cops at 2 a.m. and then 4 a.m. And here he is trying to work, and this 20-year-old is facing risks from every side.
And if he wasn't able-bodied, for example, if he wasn't at the height of his fitness, it would have been impossible. This just isn't an option for everyone, and it's not a good option for him either.
The first of these stories that grabbed your attention was that of James Robertson.
When James Robertson's car broke down, he couldn't afford another one. So he did the only thing he could do. He started walking.
Hello, my name is James Robertson. I'm 56 years old. I live in Detroit.
Like so many Americans, James Robertson gets up every morning to go to work. His commute on foot, 21 miles. That's right, more than 10 miles each way.
At 10 p.m., when Robertson finishes his shift, he walks the same 7 miles to catch the bus. By then, it's 1 a.m. and the service is limited, so he has to walk an extra 5 miles to get home.
Over time, driving to work himself, a Detroit banker, Blake Pollock, notices something.
This man walking down the road in all types of weather.
So one day, he offers James a ride, tells the newspaper, the Detroit Free Press, then a 19-year-old college student reads it.
Evan Leedy, a junior at Wayne State University, set up a webpage for donations. What it is now is more than $225,000.
First the banker, then the student, then the Detroit giant, Ford, who invited James today to test drive some cars, aware of all those donations. But when James got there, they simply gave him the car instead.
The keys to your new Ford Taurus. You know, I've already my parents with food now.
Tonight, the whole country has.
And people loved it. All over the country, he became nicknamed Detroit's Walking Man.
Detroit has probably the worst regional transit system of any city in the U.S.
They're the worst of any major city in the country.
And it's also the blackest large city.
Yes.
Coincidence?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence at all.